Hey, what's happening, people? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing well. We've got the World Grand Prix of Darts starting tomorrow, and I, for one, can't fucking wait for it. So, we're just going to be breaking down night one, going through each game. Going to be giving you a little betting predictions on each one, who I think's going to win. And then, obviously, at the end, I'll be giving you my official picks. But before we get into it, like, subscribe if you want to. You don't have to, but you'd be a lot cooler if you did. But yeah, jump straight into it. First game of the night, love it. Dirk van Dijvenbode versus Brendan Dolan. I love Dirk van Dijvenbode. Great player, one of my favourites, if I'm being honest with you. Won five of his last eight. Just beat Jan van Veen 6-0 as well. If anyone knows who Jan van Veen is, if you watch darts, then you'll know how good he is. So to beat him 6-0, that's quite impressive if you ask me. He's already beat Brendan Dolan twice in the two previous games they faced each other. Brendan Dolan's lost his last four. He's won 3 games since June. Don't want to sound cruel, but I can't see a world where Brendan Dolan wins this. I just don't think he's on Van Dijvenbode's level. So, you know, but before I give you the pick as well, his last win was against Michael Van Gerwen. So it's like, I don't know. Makes no sense. That was mid-July. Dirk van Dijvenbode is the pick for me all day. Moving on. We've got Jose de Souza versus Gary Anderson. Anderson's a slight favourite in this one. Won five of his last nine. 3 of them were in May. Went 1-1 in July and 1-1 last month too, so fairly inconsistent. Jose de Souza's won 4 of his last 10. Went 2-2 last month, very inconsistent also. Been a bit more active than Gary Anderson as of late, I'll give him that, but I think Anderson beat him last time. Yeah, Anderson won 6-3 last year. Apart from that, it's two apiece. This goes either way, in my opinion. It really does. If you're betting this game, just proceed with caution. You have been warned. Nothing from me on that. Game number 3, another brilliant game. In fact, most of these, in fact, I'd say all of these were really good games. Game number 3, we've got Krzysztof Ratajski versus James Wade. Now, this is a great game. James Wade's a slight favourite, but this really is a 50-50 in my opinion. He recently reached the final in the European match play in July. Since that, he's went 1-4. Quite poor, I know. Quite poor indeed. Ratajski, on the other hand, 6 out of 9. It's quite good. That's since mid-July anyway. He won the German Darts Open. Fantastic. Played fantastic darts. He's lost his last 2, but he's hard to beat. When he gets into a rhythm, he's very hard to beat. If I was betting this game, I would lean toward Ratajski as the underdog. Maybe look at the over when that comes out, whatever that may be. But yeah, Krzysztof Ratajski should have this one in the bag. Underdog number 1. Moving on. Got Martin Schindler versus Raymond van Barneveld. Now, Martin Schindler's a slight favourite in this one, and I don't really see why, unless there's something that we don't know. He's won 4 of his last 10. Really struggles to string 2 wins together. As a matter of fact, I can't remember the last time I did see him do that. He'll win one, lose one, win one, lose one. Barney, on the other hand, has been a lot more impressive than this guy, in my opinion. He's won 6 out of his last 9. Had a good run in the European match play. He's just beat Krzysztof Ratajski as well, who I've just been praising in the last pick. So, that's good. don't like I said, don't really know why Schindler's the favourite in this one. If I was taking anyone, it'd have to be Barney. It'd have to be not an official as of yet, but I'd be going for a second underdog of the night. It'd have to be Barney. Yeah, all day. Moving on. Now this is a very interesting one. This is very interesting. You've got Nathan Aspinall versus Stephen Bunton. Aspinall's quite a decent favourite. Probably shouldn't be as decent as he is, but he is. You know, he's won 4 of his last 10. He's lost 3 in a row. Stephen Bunton, on the other hand, has won 6 of his last 9. He lost in the final of the German Open to Ratajski. You know, like, I'm not going on about him anymore, but that's not really that bad. And he got to the final, won his last match against, who was it? Luke Woodhouse. Luke Woodhouse, he beat him 6-3. For those of you that don't know, Luke Woodhouse has been playing some really good darts lately, so that's something to keep in mind. Last time these played each other, Bunton just about edged it 6-5, but 3 games prior to that, Nathan Aspinall's took them every time. I think it should be a little bit closer than what it's saying. I don't think it's as cut and dry as Nathan Aspinall just blows Bunton out. I really don't. I'd hang fire on this one. But I'm gonna go for 3 underdogs in a row. Possibly. I like Stephen Bunton. I like him in this spot, especially plus the points. See what the points are when that comes out. But keep an eye on Stephen Bunton in this one. Next game, Gavin Price versus Danny Noppert. Gavin Price, decent favourite in this one, and I expect nothing less. This guy is he's one of a kind. Won 6 out of his last 10. He had a really good Hungarian tour as well. Danny Noppert's won 6 out of the last 10 as well. He's won his last 2. Beat Michael Smith 7-1 a couple of days ago, so we all know how good Michael Smith is. What, 7-1? How much of that's got to do with Smith just doing what he does, and if he doesn't win the first leg, he just fucking gives up? I don't know, but it's a fact. I actually really like Danny Noppert. I think he is a form player, though. I mean, that sounds stupid, but when he's in form, he's so hard to beat, man. But I don't think he's going to win this one, no matter how good he plays. It takes something not short of a miracle to beat Gerben Price, even when he's not playing at his best. So Gerben Price takes this one for me. And 4 previous times these have played each other, Gerben Price has won every one of them. So you'd be stupid not to back him. Gerben Price all day for me. Right, we've got 2 more. So the next one is Michael Smith against Callan Ridds. Not much to say about this one. Michael Smith, big favourite, won 4 of his last 10, so that's not too great, is it? Lost his last 2. Obviously, we just said he got beat 7-1, and then he got beat 6-2 before that. But I don't think he's in any danger of losing this one. Callan Ridds obviously isn't Michael Smith calibre. He's won 3 of his last 8. And the last time he played, he got absolutely smoked by Michael Smith. So that was, I think, last year. Yeah, that was last year. Yeah, what do you want me to say? Michael Smith will just win it outright. Next game, last game, and what a game it is. Rob Cross versus Andrew Gilden. I like Rob Cross. I really like Rob Cross. And I think this game is just tailor-made for him. He's won 7 of his last 10. He won the New South Wales Masters. Last month was a bit of a shitter. He went 1-4. Not too great, but Andrew Gilden, on the other hand, won 4 of his last 10. Went 2-2 last month, so you know, one better than Cross. I don't think these have played before. I think this might be the first meeting, but nevertheless, Rob Cross should just be too much for this guy. Yeah, and I'm gonna be taking him as well. I'll be putting him in my bet for sure. Rob Cross, 100% in this one, boys. Get it done. And that's it. Yeah, that's all of them. That time where I'll just give you me bets if I've got any, and as of right now, I have a treble, so just three of them. But I am very tempted to add an underdog pick to this just to boost it up a little bit. So what I've got, three officials so far, we've got Dirk van Dijvenbode, Gerwin Price, Rob Cross all to win. That's 2-1, plus 200 if you're American. And I'll be looking at either Christoph Ratajski or Barney. And if you add either one of them, that will boost. I'm gonna say boost and juice at the same time. That'll boost it up to a nice juicy 5-1 plus 500. I like the look at that. You should like the look at that. Obviously, I'll post it on Twitter before I do. But yeah, that's it from me. Can't wait for the fucking darts. Gonna be a belter. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and yeah, see you in a bit. Nice one.